Hi, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we are doing a comparison of the M2 MacBook Air and the M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch. These are two powerful machines from Apple, and today we're going to help you decide which one might be the best fit for you. We'll be comparing everything from price and specs to portability, ports, size difference, camera, audio, weight, performance, battery life, and color options. The M2 MacBook Air comes with two sizes, 13 and 15 inches. The 13-inch MacBook Air starts at $1,099 and 15-inch MacBook Air starts at $1,299, while the M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch starts at $1,599. That's a $500 difference between 13-inch MacBook Air and M3 MacBook Pro, which could be a deciding factor depending on your budget. However, keep in mind that the base models have different configurations, so you might want to consider upgrading some components to get the most out of your laptop. If you do upgrade the components of M2 MacBook Air, which most of the time most of you do due to low storage and slow SSD speed, the price difference comes down to real close. Both laptops come with Apple's powerful M-series chips. The M2 MacBook Air has an 8-core CPU with 4 performance cores and 4 efficiency cores. It also has an 8-core GPU and a 16-core neural engine. The base model comes with 8 GB of unified memory and 256 GB of SSD storage, but you can upgrade to 24 GB of memory and up to 2 TB of storage. The M2 MacBook Air also supports Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.0 and has 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports, a 3.5mm headphone jack, and a Touch ID sensor along with a MagSafe 3 charging port. On the other hand, the M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch has 8-core CPU and a 10-core GPU. It also has a 16-core neural engine and a 2x faster media engine. The base model comes with 8 GB of unified memory and 512 GB of SSD storage, but you can upgrade to 24 of memory and up to 2 TB of storage, same as the M2 Air. The M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch also supports Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.3 and has 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports, a 3.5mm headphone jack, a Touch ID sensor, and a HDMI 2.0 port. It also has a MagSafe 3 port for charging, which is a nice feature that many users missed from the previous MacBooks. One of the most noticeable differences between the M2 MacBook Air and the M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch is the display. The M2 MacBook Air has a 13.3-inch Retina display with a resolution of 2560 by 1600 pixels and a brightness of 500 nits. It also has True Tone technology, which adjusts the color temperature of the screen according to the ambient light. The M2 MacBook Air does not have a touch bar unlike 13-inch M2 MacBook Pro, but it has a full-size backlit keyboard and a Force Touch trackpad. The M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch, however, has a stunning 14.2-inch Liquid Retina XDR display with a resolution of 3024 by 1964 pixels and a brightness of up to 600 nits. It also has True Tone technology as well as Promotion technology, which dynamically adjusts the refresh rate of the screen from 24 Hz to 120 Hz depending on the content. The M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch also doesn't come with a touch bar, fortunately. It also has a full-size backlit keyboard and a Force Touch trackpad. Another aspect that you might want to consider when choosing between the M2 MacBook Air and the M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch is the camera, speakers, and microphone quality. The M2 MacBook Air has a 1080p FaceTime HD camera just like the M3 MacBook Pro, which is a significant improvement over the previous models. It's as decent for video calls in 2023. It also has stereo speakers with wide stereo sound and Dolby Atmos support and a 3-mic array with directional beamforming. The M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch, on the other hand, has a 6-speaker system with 4 tweeters and 2 woofers and spatial audio support and a studio-quality 3-mic array with high signal-to-noise ratio and directional beamforming. The M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch definitely offers a better audio experience than the M2 MacBook Air. As I said earlier, the M2 MacBook Air comes in two sizes, 13-inch and 15-inch. Earlier, people always used to complain about the smaller size of 13-inch Air. They only had 14-inch M2 Pro or Max MacBook Pros. But now they have a sweet spot with the 15-inch MacBook Air because it's not too big and bulky like the 16-inch MacBook Pros or too small like the 13 and 14-inch MacBooks. In terms of weight, the M2 MacBook Air weighs 2.7 pounds, while the M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch is slightly heavier at 3.5 pounds. The weight difference is mainly due to the larger battery and the metal body of the M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch. The weight difference might not be noticeable for most users, but it might affect how you feel when you hold or carry your laptop. If portability is a crucial factor for you, the M2 MacBook Air might be the better option as it is lighter and easier to carry around. When it comes to performance, the M2 MacBook Air and the M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch are both very capable machines that can handle various tasks, from web browsing and office work to video editing and gaming. However, there are some differences that might affect your choice depending on your needs and preferences. The M2 MacBook Air is around 11.56% faster in single-core performance and around 19.45% faster in multi-core performance than the M1 chip. It also has 8-core GPU, which is good enough for most casual games and some professional applications. However, the M2 MacBook Air does not have a fan, which means that it relies on passive cooling and might throttle under heavy load. The M2 MacBook Air is best suited for light to moderate users who value portability and battery life over performance. The M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch, however, delivers blistering performance, boasting 60% faster performance than the MacBook Pro M1. It also has a 10-core GPU, which can handle more demanding games and applications. Moreover, the M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch has a fan, which means that it can maintain high performance for longer periods of time without overheating. The M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch also has a faster memory and storage, which can improve the speed and responsiveness of your laptop. The M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch is best suited for power users who need the best performance and features that Apple can offer. The M2 MacBook Air has a battery life of up to 18 hours, while the M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch offers a longer battery life of up to 22 hours. Both laptops have impressive battery life, thanks to the efficiency of the M-series chips and the optimization of the macOS software. However, the actual battery life will vary depending on your usage, settings, and environmental factors. If battery life is a priority for you, the M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch might be the option for you. The M2 MacBook Air comes in 4 color options: silver, starlight, space gray, and midnight 9. The M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch, on the other hand, comes in 2 color options if you choose the M3 chip, space gray and silver. In conclusion, both the M2 MacBook Air and the M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch are powerful machines with their own strengths. Your choice will depend on what you prioritize most in a laptop, whether it's price, performance, portability, battery life, or color options. Thank you for watching our comparison of the M2 MacBook Air and the M3 MacBook Pro 14-inch. We hope this video has been helpful in your decision-making process. Stay tuned for more tech comparisons and reviews.